let's get into Drake, y'all. So Drake is suing UMG, Universal Music Group, for defamation for distributing Kendrick Lamar's, quote, false and malicious narrative that he is a PDF file. So he filed this lawsuit Wednesday late afternoon, early evening. And in the lawsuit, he tells us, or he claims that UMG knew that Kendrick's lyrics and the images in his music video referring to Drake as all of these terrible things were false and dangerous. He says that his label was doing everything that it could to pump up the popularity of the song because it would then devalue his own music, Drake's music and brand, and therefore give UMG leverage in future contract negotiations with Drake. And mind you, here's the thing. UMG paid Drake $400 million for a signing with him. So to me, it just does not make sense that this group, who already paid him such an exorbitant amount of money, which is almost $500 million, would then go back and try to ruin his career as an artist. If anything, you would think that his own music label would try to suppress the song, right, in order to keep Drake, because Drake is the highest grossing hip hop star, and he has been for several years now. From a business perspective, it just does not make sense that that is what it is that they would do, right? And so furthermore, in his lawsuit, Drake says that, what's going on in New Orleans next month. So shout out to you, Renee, from New Orleans, and any other of you viewers who are from New Orleans, because that is where the Super Bowl is going to be held in February. Drake is saying that the song could potentially be performed on that stage. And he's saying that if these false allegations, allegedly false allegations, because we don't know that they're false, just like we don't know that they're true, right? We know that Drake has been very open about having close relationships with people who are underage, particularly girls who are underage. Drake, you're the one who said that you enjoy going to high school basketball games as a grown man. Drake, you're the one who said you had a close relationship with a 16-year-old Millie Bobby Brown, and she said that y'all be texting and stuff like that. Why would a 30-something-year-old man be texting with a 16-year-old girl? I myself, as a 30-something-year-old woman, have no business texting a 16-year-old girl. I would never do that. It's just why? We have nothing in common. I have no interest in being friends with teenagers. Why? Right? So, you can deny it all you want, right? But you have made yourself look like a weirdo. These allegations are not coming from nowhere. These are coming from your own things. He even has had raps lyrics about, high school pictures. She was even bad then. Come on now. So in the lawsuit, he talks about being scared that Kendrick Lamar is going to be performing this song at the Super Bowl. Do you guys remember when Kendrick did the iconic pop-up that led to the dissolution of Drake's friendship with LeBron, because LeBron was over there dancing with everybody? Kendrick Lamar performed the song 6 times. If he did that again at the Super Bowl, can you imagine the impact if all he did was rap that one song 6 times? I'm sorry, but that would be so iconic. And you know what? You would think I dislike Drake. I don't. I actually really like some of his music. I think the Take Care album still has no skips. I really, really love it. But I love the rap beef. Y'all know I love a good rap beef. And this is a rap beef that he lost. And it is his own fault. No one told him to ignite this this rap beef. Okay, let's take a listen to what some of you guys are saying. Ali says, I don't think Drake will be able to stop him from performing because I don't believe that emotions would be heard. The emotions would be heard in time. Exactly. Listen, these things move very, very slowly. The performance is already happening. I think the best he can do is seek an emergency injunction. But is this really an emergency? I don't think so. I don't. And I think that Kendrick would fight back. And I feel like Kendrick could potentially do a shout out to the Karen over there. Like, he really is not like us, taking it legal after he himself has said some rather, inflammatory things about other rappers, including Kendrick Lamar. Drake, you called Kendrick a wife beater, right? So tit for tat, what's good for the goose is good for the gander, right? Boss Lady says Millie was like 13, 14. Exactly. So you're over here talking about being friends with 13, 14-year-olds and stuff, texting them. Ew, it's weird. It's weird. There you go. He has a long history of being in very, very inappropriate situations with underage girls. So, can we say that it's gone further than inappropriate friendships? No, we cannot definitively say that, but we can say that this is how grooming happens, right? These are symptoms. I'm not saying he's a groomer, but this is how groomers work, right? They start being your friends, right? And then it just gets worse and worse. So I do understand why people believe these things about him. And I don't think that they exclusively come from Kendrick Lamar. So let's get into the part. I don't know why my nose is blocked. Let's get into the part where he talks about his son, Adonis. Y'all, do you remember? This was another epic rap beef. Drake was hiding the fact that he even had a child, right? He had this porn star pregnant. Her name is Sophie. By the way, she's a very, very talented artist. So he had her pregnant and he was hiding it from the world. He got into this major, major, major rap beef with Pusha T. And then Pusha T spilled the tea that Drake was a father. And so he made a song called something about Adonis. And that's when Drake finally decided to go ahead and claim his child. So, Drake really, he's someone who is just constantly taking rap beef L's. And it is just so damn sad, but I digress. Now, in his lawsuit, I'm going to pull it up right here where he talks about the effects that Kendrick Lamar's lyrics have had on his child at school, or what he's claiming are the effects that his child has had at school. Okay, you guys. In line 17, he says, with the palpable physical threat to Drake's safety and the bombardment of online harassment, Drake fears for the safety and security of himself, his family, and his friends. After the attacks on his home, Drake pulled his son out of the elementary school he attended in Toronto due to safety concerns. And once school ended for the summer, Drake arranged for his son and mother to leave Toronto entirely. Day to day, Drake continues to take steps to address persistent threats to his security. I'm sorry, but this is giving Karen. This is giving I'm calling my dad to shut this thing down. Drake, you said a lot of things. Kendrick Lamar could say the same thing. You all have rabid stans because you guys are talented rappers who are very, very famous. And when you're famous, you are bound to have at least a couple, right? Unbalanced, unhinged people who follow you and are ready to attack people on your behalf. And so I'm sure Kendrick could say something similar, right? About his kids being harassed by other kids who are pro Drake or whatever. What about you guys? Are you sympathetic to him based off of what he's saying so far? Because I'm just not, but maybe I am stone cold. Who knows? Boss Lady says, Aubrey also bragged about giving false info to Kendrick's team so he can mess up the rap battle. Exactly. There you go. And the stuff that Kendrick was saying, didn't he pull up a screenshot of the neighborhood watch and how it had all these pins about the people? Who's the one who had the weird case? Baca. Is he still around, Drake? Because he got a weird case apparently. There were some facts being spilt there, right? About him being associated with people who are on neighborhood watch. Allie says Drake didn't want to claim his son. Exactly. Drake, I'm sorry, but he is a bit of a joke. He is getting the karma. He got too cocky because here's the thing. Drake is popular as a rapper, but it's not like there's a difference between mainstream rap and rap. So Drake is a mainstream rapper, not a rap rapper, if you know what I mean. And so he kind of got the two mixed up. He got it twisted and he learned the hard way. And that's all it is. How do Canadians listen? I can only speak for myself. And this Canadian right here, I still like his music, but I find him to be creepy. I find him to be a weirdo. And I don't think that he is, listen, if I had a little sister, I'd be, I wouldn't let her around him either. I'm sorry. Just based off the fact that he actually thinks it's appropriate as a grown man to have friendships with teenage girls. It's weird.